While the tale of the three brothers has long been considered the most significant and prophetic of Beedle the Bard's fables, a far more sinister story may hold darker truths about the wizarding world, particularly when examined alongside the chilling practices of the Ministry of Magic. According to a compelling fan theory, the Warlock's Hairy Heart, a grotesque parable about emotional detachment and magical manipulation, may be more than metaphor. It could be a horrifying reflection of the Ministry's secretive Department of Mysteries and a warning no one heeded. Published in the Tales of Beedle the Bard in 2008, The Warlock's Hairy Heart is a gruesome tale of a powerful wizard who, in his desire to remain rational and invulnerable, removes his own heart and stores it away. Over time, that heart becomes wild and monstrous, literally growing hair, symbolizing the corruption of his humanity. When he attempts to restore it to win the love of a young woman, he spirals into madness, ultimately murdering her and dying by his own hand. It's a tale about the peril of severing the heart from the soul, love from logic, humanity from ambition. Is the Ministry of Magic the real, hairy-hearted warlock? On the surface, this story seems like a grotesque moral lesson. But deeper examination, especially when placed in context with the Harry Potter series, raises alarming questions. What if someone did try to remove not just emotion, but entire aspects of the human experience in pursuit of understanding or power? This brings us to the Department of Mysteries, the Ministry's most enigmatic and controversial wing. Manned by the aptly named Unspeakables, this secretive division studies fundamental forces such as time, death, space, memory, and love, the very forces that define magical and human existence. Fans first glimpsed this eerie research lab in Order of the Phoenix, when Harry and his friends battle Death Eaters in a sprawling labyrinth of magical experimentation. Some rooms, like the Time Room, held enchantments that could regress a person to infancy. Others, like the Death Chamber with its whispering veil, seemed to function as portals to the afterlife. But the most disturbing may be the Brain Room and the Love Room, two spaces that evoke uncomfortable echoes of Beedle's darkest fable. In the Brain Room, tanks of floating, sentient brains buzz with conscious thought. When Ron Weasley is attacked by one, he's left not only physically scarred but psychologically shaken, suggesting the Ministry's experiments go far beyond benign study. The idea of separating thought from the body and rendering it autonomous is alarmingly similar to the Warlock's attempt to isolate his emotions by physically removing his heart. Meanwhile, the Love Room remains perpetually locked, a mystery even to Dumbledore. Rowling herself once stated that it houses a force that even Unspeakables have not fully comprehended. While love potions exist and can imitate obsession, the genuine phenomenon of love remains elusive and thus tempting to manipulate. The implication is chilling. Might someone inside the department have attempted to extract or quantify love in the same way the Warlock did? And if so, what did they create? The hidden arrogance of magical science. While Voldemort sought power through destruction and the abuse of ancient magic, the Unspeakables may represent another dangerous archetype, the cold academic who believes magic must be dissected to be understood. Their work is secret, sanctioned, and methodical, but not necessarily ethical. In this way, the Unspeakables are far more like the Warlock than Voldemort ever was. They do not seek to dominate through fear. They seek to understand by removing what makes magic and people human. The moral of the Warlock's Hairy Heart is not simply that love is vital, but that trying to separate oneself from it results in madness and death. Dumbledore himself, while skeptical that such heart-severing magic could ever exist, acknowledged that Beedle's tales were rooted in magical truths. And if the Deathly Hallows, a once-dismissed legend, could turn out to be real, who's to say this one couldn't? A warning ignored. As the Harry Potter series illustrates, even the most powerful wizards often fail to fully grasp the forces they attempt to manipulate. Horcruxes, time-turners, love potions – all these magical inventions come with hidden costs. So, too, perhaps, do the experiments of the Unspeakables. In their pursuit of ultimate understanding, they may be severing not hearts, but minds, memories, or the very essence of what it means to feel. Adalbert Waffling's fundamental laws of magic warned wizards against meddling with forces they don't fully understand. And in the warlock's hairy heart, Beedle echoed that sentiment through gruesome metaphor. If the Ministry's secret department is indeed following in that warlock's footsteps, the implications are grim. They may not yet be monsters, but their caskets are full, and their hearts may already be growing hair.